Lucky Broken Girl, Chapter 4, Poco a Poco. I beg Mommy to let me go to bed wearing my new go-go boots, but she says no. The minute I wake up, I slip them on. Still in my pajamas, I sing, "These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you." Like the blonde on TV, I swing my arms and dance around. "Are you ready, Boots?" I climb onto my bed and stand tall on my boots on top of the sheets. I jump up and down. Then I jump as high as I can and leap to the ground, landing on my feet. Izzy comes in and yells, "What are you doing, Woofy? I'm going to tell Mommy." "Shh, don't say anything." I show him that my bed is still clean because the boots are brand new. I'm learning to dance in my boots. One day I'll be famous. I'll be on TV. "You're nuts, Roofy." He makes this crazy sign with his finger. "No, I'm not. I'm happy. Happy, happy, happy." "Come have breakfast," Mommy calls from the kitchen. Poppy has already left for work. On Saturdays, he has a second job fumigating apartments in Spanish Harlem. Izzy and I eat our eggs and toast quickly so we can run outside and play. I put the dirty dishes in the sink, and Mommy stops me as I grab my chalk. "Izzy can go play, but I need you to do the grocery shopping with me." "But why do I have to help and not Izzy?" "Because you're older and you're a girl. That's why. Now, take off those boots. They cost a lot of money. You can't be wearing them every day." "That's not fair." "Do as I say, please, Ruthie." Mommy looks at me with her sad eyes, and I give in. I place my go-go boots in their box and put on my old sneakers. It's a sunny day as we walk all the way down the hill to Queens Boulevard instead of taking the bus. I drag the shopping cart behind me, slowing my pace so I can walk along with Mommy, who is wearing her high heels. There are lots of cracks in the sidewalks, and she has to be careful not to trip in her high heels. But Mommy always wears heels. She says she's so short she doesn't want the entire world looking down at her. I leap over the cracks, pretending I'm playing hopscotch. I sing the tune the kids taught me in my class. "Step on a crack, break your mother's back." I look over at Mommy, thankful she doesn't know enough English to understand. At Dan's supermarket, Mommy asked me to translate into Spanish the labels of everything she sees for sale on the shelves. What's the difference between regular milk and skim milk? What's a Salisbury steak? How do you cook a TV dinner? Why don't they have coconut ice cream? Finally, we bring all of our groceries to the checkout lane. The cashier is a bald man with yellow eyes who stares at Mommy as if she's for sale too. "I see you got Captain Crunch, little lady. Good choice. It's my favorite cereal," he says. Mommy can't understand what the man is saying. She turns to me to translate for her. "Disque es un cereal muy bueno," I explained to Mommy. The man licks his lips. "You are mucho bonita, missus." I see Mommy's hands shaking. She looks frightened, like she wants to run away. I reach into her wallet and hand the money to the man. "Ya, Mommy, vamos," I say. I grab hold of Mommy's hand as if she were a little girl lost in the woods. With the other hand, I grab hold of the shopping cart and push it out the door as quickly as I can. When we get home, I help Mommy clean, and then we take the sheets and towels and clothes to wash and dry in the machines in the basement. It's dark and creepy down there, like a dungeon. We're both a little afraid as we sit and wait on a bench in front of the machines. Mommy says we can't go upstairs and come back when it's all done because our things might get stolen. "Why would anyone want to steal our old stuff?" I ask. Mommy replies, "There are people even more poor than us." It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon when we finish. "Now can I go out and play, Mommy?" "Just for a little while. Poppy will be home soon. You know he gets home early on Saturdays." I run down with my chalk and draw a long hopscotch board, adding flowers to the corners again. No one else is outside, so I play a few rounds by myself. Danielle must see me from her window across the street, and Ava and June must have a feeling I'm outside, because a few minutes later the three of them show up. We play a few rounds, and I win them all. Danielle is wearing her black go-go boots again. "Guess what?" I announce proudly. "My father just got me go-go boots too." "So why aren't you wearing them?" Danielle replies. Ava says, "Yeah, why not?" June chimes in, "If I had go-go boots, I'd never take them off. I just don't want to get them dirty." Ava and June burst out laughing. Ava says, "But remember what the song says?" She sings, These boots are made for walking, and June joins in. And that's just what they'll do. Shut your mouths, I yell. You think I don't know the song? The boots cost a lot of money. I have to take care of them. Danielle nods her head as if she understands. Ruthie, will you wear your boots to school on Monday? We can both wear our boots. Won't that be fun? Sure, I tell her, hoping my mother will let me wear them to school. Très magnifique, Danielle says in her high pitched voice. We play another round of hopscotch, but I've decided Ava and June are not really my friends. Only Danielle is my friend. It's my turn, and I'm about to throw my stone down on the hopscotch board, but then I look up and see a sky blue car with long white fins pull up to the curb. A man with dark hair and a dark mustache steps out and walks toward me. Wait, it's Poppy. But how can it be Poppy? Poppy, whose car is that? It's ours, Ruthie. I just bought it. Wow, Poppy, that's great. It's an Oldsmobile, the car I used to dream about in Cuba. I give Poppy a kiss and a hug, the way he likes. Danielle, Ava, and June stare at us. Maybe they're jealous. No one has such a fancy car in our neighborhood. Can we go for a ride, please, Poppy? Later, Poppy says. Let's go surprise your mother first. Mommy will be happy we have a car. Now we can go any place we want. I hope she'll be happy, Poppy sighs. I never know with your mother. He takes my hand. Bueno, vamos. Bye, Danielle. Bye, Ava. Bye, June. See you later. The moment the elevator opens on the sixth floor, I rush out and ring the bell, excited to tell Mommy the news. But Mommy doesn't come to the door right away, so Poppy lets us in with his key. Mommy? Mommy? Where are you? Mommy is still at the window, where she often sits watching the world go by. Now there's worry in her voice as she says, Don't tell me, Alberto. You didn't buy that car, did you? Poppy smiles from ear to ear like a little boy. I did. It's such a beauty, and I always wanted a blue Oldsmobile when we lived in Cuba. Now we're in America, and I have one. Ay, Alberto, but we don't have money for a car. Poppy smooths his curly hair with his hands and tries not to raise his voice. I took out a loan. Stop worrying. We'll pay it back poco a poco. Poco a poco, little by little. That's one of Poppy's favorite expressions. We don't need a car, Mommy moans. Let's wait a year or two. Poppy makes a fist with his right hand and punches his left palm. And he shouts, I'm breaking my back taking the subway every day. Working all week in a dingy office that has no windows and is the size of a jail cell where they treat me like I'm nobody. On top of that, I spend Saturday fumigating apartments. Everything I do is to support you and the children. So don't you tell me I can't have a car. I'm sorry, Alberto, Mommy whispers back. I feel scared for Mommy. She's wearing the flip-flops she used only in the house when she's very tired. Without her heels, she looks smaller than small. I take hold of her hand not much bigger than mine. We sink into a corner of the Castro convertible sofa. Poppy turns his back on us and walks away. He goes into the bathroom and slams the door. Mommy tightens her grip on my hand. Will he remain angry for hours? We hear Poppy turn on the shower. We wait, holding our breaths. After a few minutes, he starts humming tunes in Spanish. Cha-cha-cha, que rico, cha-cha-cha. Mommy and I smile at each other, relieved. Ay, que bueno, she says. Poppy returns to the living room in fresh clothes Mommy set out for him. He smells like he spilled the whole bottle of Old Spice on his cheeks. He smiles at Mommy, sits down, and takes her other hand. In a gentle voice, he says, Rebecquita, don't worry. We'll manage. Have a little faith in me. I'll take a third job if we need money. It was my dream to have a car. I couldn't have one in Cuba, but I can have it in America. You don't want to rob me of that. Rob me of my dream? Alberto, I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy too, Rebecquita. Let's try to be happy, mi amor. Poppy takes Mommy into his arms. They kiss and hug. But even as he's holding Mommy tight, Poppy doesn't let go of the car keys in his right hand. We hear the doorbell ringing, ringing, ringing. Izzy rushes in, red-faced, sweaty, and muddy clothes. Poppy! All the kids say so, but I don't believe them. Is that Oldsmobile really ours? Smiling, Poppy says, Si, niño, it's our car. When can we go for a ride, Poppy? Please, Poppy? Can we go now? Izzy dances in circles around Poppy like a wind-up toy. Finally, Poppy says, I've had a long day at work, but tomorrow we go for a ride. You'll see, children, this is the land of opportunity, and poco a poco all our dreams will come true. Now I have to rest. Who's going to get me my slippers? Chapter 5, Poppy's Blue Oldsmobile. On Sunday, Mommy and Poppy sleep late. They stay tucked under the sheets on the Castro convertible, in no rush to do anything, giggling with each other. Even after she gets up and takes a shower, Mommy doesn't rush to fold up the bed and turn it back into a sofa. While Poppy sings cha-cha-cha in the shower, Mommy asks me to translate the pancake recipe that's printed on the Aunt Jemima box. She lets me break the eggs into the mix, and we make a nice stack of pancakes. I tell Mommy we're supposed to have pancakes with maple syrup, but we don't have maple syrup, so we sprinkle sugar on them and they taste good. After I help Mommy clean up all the breakfast dishes, she gives me a hug and says, Gracias, Ruthie. Then it's time for our first big trip in our sky blue Oldsmobile. We're going to Staten Island. Gladys and Oscar, who are Mommy and Poppy's friends from Cuba, live there and they have a baby girl named Rosa. Poppy says it will be a breeze to get to Staten Island in our car. Otherwise, we'd have to take 2 subways from Queens to Manhattan and then the ferry. I wait with Poppy and Izzy in the living room. The bed is a sofa again. The three of us sit there while Mommy styles her hair and puts on her makeup in the bathroom. After a while, Poppy grows impatient. Yells, Vamos, rapido! Un momente, Mommy yells back. Finally, Mommy appears. She looks like a movie star. She's wearing a yellow dress with a matching yellow jacket. Her beige high heels match her beige purse. She has round black sunglasses and a thin scarf tied at her neck to keep her hair tidy. We pile into the Oldsmobile. Mommy sits in the front seat with Poppy. I sit in the back with Izzy, and we have to make room for Baba. We try to get Zayed to come, but he wants to stay home. I'm tired from working 6 days a week at super discount fabric. I need to rest, he says. Zayed and Baba had a fabric store in Cuba, but Fidel Castro took it away when he decided everything should be owned by the government. They miss their store in Cuba. It was small, but it was theirs. Now they both work at super discount fabric on Roosevelt Avenue, a street crowded with immigrants like us looking for cheap things. Baba is so busy she wears her scissors on a chain around her neck to always have them ready. She complains about the headaches she gets working there. The store is under the number 7 train and rattles like a maraca. Baba loves our new car. It rides so smoothly, she says. I feel like I'm floating on an ocean. She squeezes my hand with both of hers, which are rough from cutting calico and canvas all day. Poppy drives very slowly on the highway. The other cars whip past us. He laughs as they go by. Let them go as fast as they want. They don't bother me, and no, I don't bother them. This is America, a free country, no? Next to me, Izzy plays with his toy Cadillac. Zoom, 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 he says as his feet press against the back of Poppy's seat. Stop it, Izzy, Papa shouts. Izzy settles down and whispers in my ear. It's dumb to drive for an hour just to see a baby sleeping in a crib. Babies are cute, I tell him, and cuddly. No, they're not. They cry a lot and they poop their pants. But baby Rosa is smiling when we arrive. She's only 6 months old and already can sit up. She has tiny gold balls in her pierced ears and a gold bracelet that says Rosa wrapped around her pudgy wrist. Her eyes are 2 dark moons, and when she stares at you, she looks like she can see through you. Says if I sit very still on the sofa, she'll let me hold baby Rosa. In my arms, she feels fuzzy and soft and smells like the pancakes that Mommy and I made for breakfast. Even Izzy thinks she's sweet, and he makes funny faces to make Rosa smile. Mommy glances around at the gleaming wood furniture and at the ceiling lamp that has big teardrop crystals dangling from it. She looks down at the white shag wool rug and tells Gladys, Tienes un casa muy bonita, a very pretty house. We're happy here. Oscar got a good job in engineering, which he loves, and he's earning more than he did in Cuba. Gladys replies, stroking the gleaming diamond ring on her finger. Of course you're welcome to visit us any time. She smiles and pats Mommy's hands. Mi casa es su casa. If only we lived a little closer, Mommy says. I know, Rebecquita, Gladys moans. In Havana, If I needed a cup of sugar, all I had to do was knock on your door. At least we have a car now, but I can't drive. I doubt I'll ever will. The highways here make me nervous. I'll always have to depend on Alberto. Ladies, let's not be sad. What can I offer you to drink? Oscar says, throwing an arm around Poppy's shoulder. What do you say we have a drink and celebrate our being together again? Oscar fills the glasses with Coca-Cola and passes them to Mommy and Poppy and Gladys. And you too, Senor Esther? He asks Baba, winking at her. Or do you prefer just the Coca-Cola? I'm not a little girl anymore, and I'm not an old lady yet, Baba replies. Oscar claps his hand, fills her glass, and says, Que bueno, that's the spirit. Let's toast to a free Cuba. Una Cuba Libra. He turns to Izzy and me. And for you, niños, how about apple juice? We're both disappointed. Izzy asks, Mommy, can't we have Coca-Cola? She shakes her head. No, you can't. You'll both get so wild you'll be doing the mambo. Give them each a Coca-Cola, Poppy orders. It's a special occasion, and one soda won't do them any harm. Gracias, Poppy, Izzy says. Poppy nods with a stern gaze. Behave, don't spill it. I pass baby Rosa back to Gladys and get comfortable on the sofa. I sip from the tall glass of Coca-Cola, crossing my legs to show off my go-go boots, wishing we had lived in such a nice house. What pretty boots you have, Ruthie, Gladys says. Muchas gracias, I respond politely. Mommy starts laughing. She likes those boots so much. She wants to wear them to sleep. Can you imagine? Well, they're very stylish, Gladys says. Isn't there a song they're singing now about the boots? I heard it on the radio the other day. I know it by heart. Is it okay if I sing it? I ask. Of course, mi niña, sing it for us, Gladys replies. I stand up and sing at the top of my lungs. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. I do my imitation of the dance routine from TV and finish with the finale. Are you ready, Boots? Start walking. Everyone claps, even poor Izzy, who's jealous and was pretending to play with his toy Cadillac the whole time I was singing. I sit back down next to baby Rosa, who has started to fidget in her mother's arms. I notice a smell that's not too nice. Did baby Rosa just poop? I ask. Ruthie, what a sharp nose you have, Gladys says. You noticed before I did that it's time to change her diaper. After baby Rosa gets a fresh diaper, she falls asleep and Gladys takes Mommy, Papa, and me to her room so we can see how pretty it is. Flying birds are painted on the walls and her crib is white, her canopy is white, and her blanket is white with ruffles along the edges. It is a bedroom fit for a baby girl who grew up to be a princess. Gladys serves dinner in the dining room. We sit on chairs with red velvet seats and eat meatloaf with an egg cooked into the middle, chicken croquettes, black beans and white rice, fried plantains, and a salad with avocados. For dessert, we each get a bowl of grated coconut in really thick syrup. Delicioso, Mommy and Papi say. Oscar turns to Papi. I have a couple of cigars left from Cuba. Want one, Alberto? Si, claro, Papa says, beaming. While the grown-ups sit at the table, telling jokes and laughing, I go back to the baby's room to spy on Rosa, listening to her breathe and let out little sighs as she dreams. When I return to the living room, it's dark outside, but no one is in a rush. Remember how we sat on the balcony at night listening to the palm trees sway in the breeze? Gladys says. Mommy replies, Oh, how can I forget? Oh, Cuba, our beloved Cuba. We can't keep looking back, Baba whispers. It's all gone now anyway, Papa says, still puffing on his cigar. Oscar puffs his cigar too. The important thing is we're here and we'll always be friends. He notices Izzy and me sitting there quietly. You're both behaved very well. Here are some M&Ms for you. And he gives us each a packet. Yippee! Izzy and I tear into the M&Ms, and to finish them in no time. No one scolds us. No one seems to mind. Then our visit comes to an end, our special day about to be over. Vamos, Papi orders. Tomorrow is Monday. We all have to get up early. Tomorrow, Izzy and I will be in school. It will be my first day in the smart class. We make our way slowly to the door. Bye, Gladys. Bye, Oscar. Gracias. Come back and see us again soon, Gladys calls out. We will, Mommy waves. says, waving happily and throwing her old friend a kiss. I feel so happy and grown up wearing my go-go boots. I bring my lips to the palm of my hand, blowing my kiss into the night air of Staten Island, hoping the wind will carry it across the hills and plains of the vast land of America that Pop gave Poppy the blue Oldsmobile of his dreams.